That's what I do.
God.
Yeah.
That was that and Fantasy Island and The Love Boat and all those shows.
Yeah, but those suck compared to that intro.
If you make it a religion, then you don't have to pay taxes on the weed, right?
Exactly. That's how it should work.
Yeah.
I want to believe it's some really hot-looking black chick, because that's what makes my floats my boat.
That's probably what it is. That's probably what it is. I don't know much history of the band Nazareth. I do remember the song.
We don't know any history about that song either.
I don't know anything about that song.
You know who wrote that song?
Who wrote that song?
The Everly Brothers.
Really? I didn't even know that.
It's an Everly Brothers song.
They're still playing today?
Not sure.
They're sure. They're probably too old now.
Could be. I mean, you know.
Who knows? Who knows?
I'm too old right now. These girls were underage. You know, these rock stars just kind of had their way with them, and it was almost accepted back then. But today's standards, no way. I mean, it would be like court. Is that a stutter or a trill?
Is that not a stutter?
Sounds like a trill.
Well, that's my number 3. I thought it was a stutter.
What do you think, T?
Is it a stutter?
This is what I think. It was one of mine.
All right.
So,
Well, it's a stutter.
yeah. Well, he's using all 4 of his fingers, man. He's just like, and I've tried to do that before.
And they all had the same hairdo.
Yeah. No conditioner. I never liked you two.
I know. You're fucked up, man.
I thought they were boring.
They're not boring, dude. They're so diverse. They have come out with.
What do you think, T? You like you two?
You know, it's hit and miss with me with them, but overall, I do believe that they're a pretty talented unit.
I would agree they're a talented band. I just never really like their songs too much.
Well, you like.
I like
hair
Motley,
metal.
I like Motley Crue, Shout the Devil, man.
I know. So I'll put Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil up against. I'll put it up against U2, Joshua Tree any day of the week, because, dude, you know, I'm just saying, maybe when you're old and gray and laying in your bed, it'll hit you.
Maybe so. That's coming close. It's getting close. I can feel it. If your number 1 is the same as my number 1, I'm not gonna look down. I'm not gonna look down because I don't know his choices. I don't know what he's picked.
We'll have serious synergy.
Oh my God, it could be. You never know. Because I think mine is probably the best. But let's see, what is yours, Dave?
My number 1 is Frankenstein by Edgar Winter.
So when we would play this song, we would play La Bamba, and then we would go into Twist and Shout, and then go back into La Bamba.
Well,
Problem was, I didn't really know the words because it was in Spanish.
Yeah, exactly.
So after every time we'd play that song, I'd have all my Mexican friends come up and be like, you know, you're singing that all wrong. I said, I don't know what the hell I'm saying.
It wasn't really a righteous cover of American Pie.
Yeah.
Because that's a song that no one should really cover.
I was about to say that there's a lot of songs that nobody should cover, and
No.
that's why we have this list.
I know. And I gotta say that American Pie is one of those songs that should sit on a mantle somewhere to say, just leave it alone, you know?
So I guess after that album, I don't know if he put any other albums out after that, but he got...
That was his.
That was it.
That was it.
Yeah, and I think he still makes a lot of money off of it, but he got a job as a fry cook at a restaurant.
I can relate.
I just love that part.
And I think it's the first time anyone ever heard about Vegemite.
You know
In a
what?
sandwich.
I didn't know what that was until just a few years ago.
I heard it's kind of nasty.
Yeah, so Shout at the Devil came out. Hey, if there ever was a devil song, Motley Crue did it with Shout at the Devil.
To this day, I gotta tell you, man, if I hear like choral music, like played through a church organ, I'm gonna go to sleep. Yeah, I think Alice Cooper School's Out is good number 2.
You know, I think it's such a good number 2 that it's my number 2.
I knew it. I did.
Yeah, all those like those old 70s cartoons, man, were like the Sid and Marty Krofft stuff was like
Exactly.
they were
Sid and Marty
smoking
Krofft.
something.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I mean, you know, Scooby snacks. Come on.
They were hungry. Him and Shaggy were like they had the munchies all the time. Neil Young is my number 2 acoustic.
Well-
100% sure that it made your number something.
It's my number 1.
Of course it is. That's another one of those songs that I didn't know the Queen and David Bowie version before I heard Vanilla Ice version. So I think Vanilla
Another
Ice.
late to the party.
Another late to the party.
episode.
Vanilla Ice probably did them a favor by sort of like, I guess, you know, bringing that song back somewhat.
Perhaps.
It was probably a good idea to change it from Hey Bullfrog to Hey Bulldog.
Yeah. Frogs are delicious. Dogs are not.
I was chewing gum, and back then you couldn't chew gum in school. Now I think you can do whatever the hell
Not
you want
unless
to.
you
in
brought
school.
enough for the whole class.
That's exactly right. And I remember chewing gum in class, and the teacher goes, "Troy, spit out your gum." And I go like this, I go, and I spit it right on the desk.
Really strange where they steal his body after he died. They took him out to Joshua Tree and they burned it, you know, per his wishes.
Really?
Yeah. It's a crazy story.
It's a miracle he's still alive after all the drugs he's done, drinking and drugs, and 15 years ago when he had that ATV accident, and now he's
I know. He's like Keith Richards. He falls out of a coconut tree and bounces right back.
I remember when we were when I was in college, they used to say, "Oh, you can put on the CD." Because you had to put on the CD because you couldn't put on the album because you couldn't flip the album.
Right.
Or a cassette. So you put on the CD.
And you started the VHS movie exactly at that point.
At the third, like when the line roared. This is what we heard back in the day. When the line roars for the third time, you hit play on the CD, and the music will go along with the movie.
Blues Brothers, numero uno.
I agree. Spinal Tap and Blues Brothers are right there neck
Oh,
and
yeah,
neck.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Two of the greatest
for
fake
sure.
movie bands of all time. Because my number 1 is Spinal Tap.
Ted has like maybe a dual personality disorder or something because, you know, he can be like a real nice guy, but then he can't contain himself, and I don't know if he's ADD or whatever.
Oh, he's definitely ADD.
Yeah, he's definitely ADD.
When they played at the Hollywood Bowl,
Yeah.
after the gig, he passed out, and they thought he was going to die. That's how messed up. He was basically so strung out on coke that he was seeing shit. He was seeing things.
Kind of made Ozzy look sober by comparison.
Right.
Right.
But what's really funny is their first gig after he lost his arm, he used the bone of his arm as a drumstick.
That's rock and roll.
But he was playing there in front of the church, and
Yeah.
they, at the time they didn't have drones, so they had the big helicopter shot, going around the.
And his hair's blowing like crazy because he didn't have his hat on.
People thought it was a love song.
They thought it was a love song, but
Yeah.
like you said, it's totally a stalking song.
Yeah.
But I mean, there you go. Sting, you're the man. But just some of the other ones. Peter Frampton didn't make the list.
What the?
Neil Schon didn't make the list. Most hummable lead guitars of all time. Terry Kath of Chicago, who Jimi Hendrix once said he thought he was the greatest guitar player on the planet.
Wow.
Gary Moore didn't make it. Zakk Wylde didn't make it. Glenn Campbell,
He got so messed up before the concert.
stoned or drunk,
Both.
both.
He passed out before the concert started and missed the whole freaking concert. That is Does that count? Does that count?
What's the name of the song?
Oh, shoot. What's the name of the song?
Great choices, Katie.
Thank you.
Very, very
Man,
nice.
who
yeah.
knew this little girl could? She wasn't even a twinkle in her daddy's eye when that album came out. That song came out.